executed flawlessly. Silicon Valley Bank, thank you very much, Samantha. Okay, these are not close enough. All right, so our first fight is going to be about the retail space and the ongoing argument between physical retail and digital retail and where the twixt they meet, excuse me. So our first fighter is an entrepreneur who's founded a pretty damn successful company. Interestingly enough, I love it when I can say things like, Daniel Black and Glass Media are actually doing stuff with folks like 7-Eleven and everything else, so it's like everybody's connected in that way. So without any further ado, let's give a warm welcome for Daniel Black, CEO of Glass Media. Wow, he's got some fans in the audience, and that's good. So, somebody's pointing to somebody over there. What's that? Why? Oh, he's got a better side? That's his other side? Okay, it's all right. Next fighter, all right? Used to run innovation for CBRE, and now is at a VC shop called MetaProp, where he's the entrepreneur in residence there, and the guy knows quite a bit about retail, digital, and everything else, so this is gonna be a really good fight. Please give a warm welcome to Elie Finegold.
Come on, man. Come up. Come on, man. Come up. I'm busting out. I'm busting in. Cooking up.
You brought a drink?
All right.
He brought a drink.
So, I will tell you, if anybody here was at the very first fight club that we had, one of the fighters did push-ups before he fought. All right? It sounds fun, it sounds jovial, but when the words start flying, they kind of get serious, all right? So, did you guys decide who wants to go first? Because I'll pick it if you don't. Elie's going first. You have 45 seconds. Go.
Why are we here? This isn't an existential question. I mean, why are we all here tonight? You can get the data, you can get the live stream, you can get all the information, but we all chose to come here tonight for a reason. Why? To be together, to be in this place, in this time, and to take these ideas and connect them to experience and make them more important. And it's the same thing with physical retail. It takes places, times, memories, and people and connects them to objects, which is something e-commerce can't do. So at the end of the day, buying is a solitary, efficient, but kind of lonely transaction. Shopping is a social, memorable, experiential transaction. So for instance, these boots I'm wearing, I know exactly where I bought these boots. I bought them in Tombstone, Arizona, the very day that I told my wife that I was going to marry her, and I will never forget that.
That's good, because you're past 45 seconds. Daniel.
Physical retail!
Daniel Black, your opening 45.
Zappos, love them. I'm not here to argue that physical retail is dead, but it's definitely in big, big trouble. So the United States is extremely over-retailed. We have 23.6 square feet of retail space for every person, including yourself. In the UK, it's 5 times less, 4.6 square feet. In 1970, we had 300 enclosed malls, and today we have over 1,200. And over the next 5 years, 25% will cease to exist. This year alone, over 4,000 retail stores will close, and bankruptcies and liquidations will continue. The good news is people like myself, the millennials, are here to the rescue.
And 45. Ouch. Elie, your rebuttal.
Well, listen, youngin'. So look, yes, we are over-retailed in the US, but if you look at the trends, net absorption over the last few years has increased dramatically. We've had 6% in just the last quarter alone. E-commerce makes up about 10% of all retail, and even the most optimistic projections put it at 20% of retail by the time we get to 2025. So I think there's plenty of room, and I still think that it can't replace one particular thing, which is the connection of memory and experiences to things. At the end of the day, you walk in, you remember what your experience, you remember who you were with, and it creates more value. It magically puts memory into objects, and that's something that is incredibly valuable.
And
so,
time.
Yeah.
Nice rebuttal. Your counter, Daniel.
It's definitely valuable. The problem with millennials is 50% of us have $0 in savings. 70% of us can't afford a spontaneous $300 car payment. And to make matters worse, we buy less than the baby boomers, my parents, and the silent generation World War I, like yourself.
I've never done this before, but I'm calling an audible. He only used 16 seconds. You're bloodied, but you're not bowed. You got 10 seconds extra.
Well, I would just like to draw on the mystic chords of memory from the distant past of the dead and say, democracy began in the Agora, which was a marketplace. Now, I wasn't there for quite that, but the marketplace was the beginning of democracy. It's the center of socialization, and retail is still at the center of that.
And time. Not bad. That was pretty lucid. Okay. Our first question is from Roe Adler at WeWork. Speak into the mic and talk slowly so the audience can hear you.
Apologies for my accent. Retail will not be what it is today, and e-commerce that hasn't figured out its retail angle will not be what it is today. And so my question to each and every one of you, what is your creative idea on a future that balances those two together? And this is what I would like to see you fight for.
Whew. I'm going to let Daniel take that one first. Go.
First things first is CFOs have to start investing in technology and analytics. They're just not doing so. Second, brands need to get out of their silos. So visual merchandise and store design needs to actually collaborate with e-commerce and digital marketing like Sephora. That's the only way we're going to get anywhere.
And time. Elie.
I'm not going to argue with that. The combination of geospatial analytics, screen marketing, applying the digital techniques of online marketing to physical spaces is definitely the future. So I absolutely agree with that. But I think that what it's going to do is going to create personalized experiences as opposed to just commoditized stuff. Because at the end of the day, I want to have an experience in the store with my clothes. I want to have an experience with my toilet paper at home.
Excellent. All righty. Jeevan, flash me up on screen. Oh, nope, I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself. Question number 2. Jump ball. Any of the refs?
I've got a question.
Can answer it, Jen.
All right, all the statistics would tell me that Gen Z actually prefers shopping in bricks and mortar because they are actually very social creatures. So talk to me about how you think e-com can bring social to their experience.
Elie, you get this one first.
Well, I mean, I don't think it can. Clearly, that's my side of the fight. So I agree with you. I think that what's happened is that the digitization of all sorts of things in the online world have replaced necessary social experiences, so we stay home and watch Netflix when we order our toilet paper on Amazon Prime online. So I think that what we really need is the physical world to create intentional social spaces to replace those necessary social spaces which have disappeared from our lives.
And time. Excellent. Daniel.
So millennials currently, 70% of us prefer to purchase online versus physical. The big issue is if you look at the e-commerce brands, they're moving too slowly into brick and mortar. So Amazon, they have 11 bookstores, 40 pop-up stores, and 1 convenience store. That's about it. If you look at Warby Parker, they're about to hit their 100th store after 5 years. Same thing with Beta. They have 9 standalone stores. So I just think more Fortune 500 are going to close, and it's going to take a long time for the e-commerce brands to move into physical brick and mortar and catch up.
And time. Excellent.
How's Apple doing?
No.
Sorry.
All right, Jeevan, put the voting screen up, please. Guys, he's going to open up the fight in 2 seconds. You'll hear the music, and when that happens, everybody casts their vote.
I'm Elie. This is Daniel.
Elie, Daniel. Elie, Daniel.
I'm Elie. This is Elie.
All right, Jeevan, whenever you're ready, flash it up. And Elie Finegold was the winner. And this is when he gets some really awesome boxing gloves. Way to go, buddy.